Watching the open of this E period, I'd like to take a trade in here somewhere. The only thing that worries me is you have these singles here to fill. I could get down just a little bit farther. And right there, I'd even add another set. We could get just a little bit farther down here. You can see how this volume profile cuts off here. So I'm using that as my support. And like I said, the only thing I don't like about this trade is that, it has a tendency to fill these singles. So I'm worried that this is going to pull me down into this. But I'm using this cutout in the volume profile as my support right now. And the market's just been this has been such a strong push up. Like I tried to get in this C and it didn't pull back into the area that I was looking for and I missed it. Somewhere in there. And where does that put our stops at? 450. Yep. There's your entry. Stops down here at 450. We're below this cutout in the volume profile. We're below this high from the 17th. I like that area. I want to see this spring out of here. First target's up here at 73. Seventy-seven would be your 40 ticks. He's going to be a little skewed because there's an average in there. And ultimately, I'd be going for this 100% of the initial balance here. There's a little bit of a push up. Want to see some follow through. You have this little gap in the volume profile, so we need to get into this node. And that'll carry us up. These lines I was just marking every 10 points just to show me the even numbers. Yesterday it came right to the 60, I think it was, when it gave out. I was just keeping an eye on those. It's looking pretty good. I want to see acceptance into this node. You can start protecting up at the top here, because now that we're in this node, this should really only get stronger. If we're going to rotate back, I don't want to be in this trade anymore. That's why I'm moving my stop up. You could easily make a case for taking one set right here where this volume profile starts to fade off. Basically anywhere where it's even where it's at now. So you could move one stop up here. Like it to push up a little higher. Let's just say you put one up here. It comes back on you and it's going to start to cycle. At least you have that one. So what I don't want here is to get caught in a, like a ranging uh, situation here. I feel like this market's been so strong that it should either work or I'll catch it on the next. If it comes down in here somewhere, I'll catch it again. Almost there. Tuck this stop underneath. I think I'll take it right there and move this stop down. That takes care of the first set. There's no reason to give up any more than this at the bottom of this, or where this volume area cuts off. If we do cycle down in here, I'll be looking to get in down here farther. You can see that changed our average because we did average into it. On this set of contracts, our entry is here. You can turn these off. that you can start to break down your 5 contracts if you wanted. Say you wanted one with 3, one with 2. You can do the same thing with your targets. Now you got to remember when you make those manual adjustments in Quantower, when this trade is over, you need to flatten everything. You should be doing that after each trade anyways, but just because if it takes out, like, let's say this stop, these limits will still be up here. You don't see them on your screen, so you'll forget about them, and then the market will put you in without you knowing it. So you want to flatten after every trade, especially when you're doing these manual adjustments. Trying to break over D again. There we go. You can definitely start moving these up now. As this gets closer to that 40 ticks, I'll move it even tighter. And remember, ultimately what I'm going for is this 100% of the initial balance here. You don't want to bring that stop up too close because you want to give it some room. I think you could bring your stop up to under this, the E broke over the D here, 225. We get one more push up, I'll bring the stop up closer. We have the 3 contracts here. You can see how it's building this node here. That's a good sign. You can take it anywhere in here. These 40 ticks is just, it's 10 points. So that's just what I've come up with, that once I get to that point, I'm not going to give it up. So we'll take that one. See how the stop didn't go away? So you need to delete that stop. Now you can bring this last set. I still would move it back up to the 72. Wouldn't want to give up that much. And your initial balance is here at 81. So I'd come in a little short of that, maybe even at the 80 at the whole number. Definitely want to bring this stop up. Just giving it some room. I think you want to be looking at this delta chart here. I'd want to be under this node of volume. So 44, 40, 53. I'm sorry, 73 or so, 70, there we go. Oh, 73, 75. You can see that here on the volume chart as well, or on the volume profile. Now you could do exactly the same thing and alter these. And if we can get to our 4580 here, I'll count that as, we hit our initial balance. And then we can leave that last one on just as a runner, and you might be able to let it go all day, or you just have to follow it up with a stop and see how far you can get. You can see on this delta chart how it's responding to this area, which is going to correspond with the area here where this volume is on the market profile chart. Pushing up again. The same thing as you get closer, you can take one of these stops and tuck it up underneath it. It's looking pretty good. I would have taken that 79.50, but I missed it. Getting some profit taking there. Get up here again. I won't let that get away from me. So I took that last one at the 40 ticks. That was my bad for missing that 99.50. I should have taken that, but I wasn't quite fast enough. So we have this last contract. Let's see. I stretched the stop down a little bit. Let's give us lots of room. See if we can make this final push up here to the initial balance. My guess is we'll go right through this, continue, then we'll just keep moving our stop up. If we do get up into here, I'll move my stop up tight again because I'm just not going to give that up. But if it cuts right through here, then we'll just keep moving our stop up. You do run the risk of it wanting to fill these singles, but it hasn't been doing that. It left these singles. It looks like you might want to close these singles. You could give it, down into here. Only a few more ticks just to give it a chance. Let's see where we're at now. 72. We're at 72 right there. That'll give it a little bit of room to fill these singles. The only reason I would do that, even with this last contract, is just because the market's been so strong, pushing up, that I'm willing to give it a chance. My guess is they, took profit and led this whole number, which is basically what I was going to do. I just wasn't fast enough. But I don't think that'll stop the market from moving higher today. Good trade.